welcome to Jazzin in the Kitchen. My name is Rick Parma. I'm a saxophonist originally from Chicago, but now I'm out here in Southern California. And I've always wanted to do this. I love to cook. I love to be in the kitchen doing stuff. And obviously I like food, so it works out that I have a nice little kitchen to work in. And I just wanted to share with you guys something that I like to make that I learned from somewhere in Chicago from some people out there. And I think you'll like it. I think you'll enjoy it. This is a shrimp ceviche, and in future episodes I'm going to add to it a little bit at times. But let's start off. Let me show you basically what a ceviche is a lime-based food. Basically we got lime here, freshly squeezed lime. I'm using 12 limes. I'm using 1 full medium onion. I'm using 4 cloves of garlic, 1 small red bell pepper, and some cilantro, just a couple of sprigs off the leaves, I guess. And then I'm using about 10 or 12 shrimps. Now normally what I do is I like to plan for the next couple of days, so I'll make 3 or 4 or 5 times this amount and then just put it in the fridge and it'll last for a good week, but when you have people around, they like to get at it. So, but I'm going to just throw this together and let you just enjoy it, and then I'll make sure I put the recipe up and everything and all that kind of stuff, and I'll give you a couple little ideas of how I do things and that kind of stuff. And that's it. So we're going to start off with, like I said, this is a lime-based meal. So I've squeezed 12 fresh limes with my fancy lime squeezer here. So what we're going to do is just going to cut it in half. If you don't have one of these, I recommend getting one. Otherwise your hands will be very tired at the end of the day, and if you have any slight cuts or scrapes on your fingers, it stings, and also then your hands turn yellow. So basically you just put the lime inside there, nice squeezer. Be careful that, because these are not, unless you get a really good squeezer, sometimes they're kind of made very weak. So if you squeeze too hard, you can break these handles, because they're not meant for squeezing things like metal. They're just squeezing lime, so sometimes people get a little over-exaggerated like me. I've broken a few in my time. So basically that's what you can do. So now I have 13 limes in this bowl here. I'm going to put that aside. What I'm going to add to that is the full medium onion. And what's nice about this is that even as you're taking some out at certain days when you eat some or whatever, if you just strain it out, which is what I'll show you how to do, if you strain it out, the juice that's left in there in the bowl can be used for another amount. So you can get more shrimp and more onions and more things like that. So that's a full onion. I like to use the purple onions, gives a little color, that kind of thing, but the store I went to only had the DL, so I went with DL. That's the other thing. If you don't have it, then you don't need it. If you got it, use it. So next we're going to go with the 4 cloves of garlic, all diced up, just like the onions, diced them out nice, fresh, everything. That's the nice thing about this is I'm definitely trying to get more healthy compared to living in Chicago. Nothing wrong with Chicago. There's plenty of great restaurants out there, but I got used to the fast food and all that kind of stuff, but got to change that lifestyle over a little bit, so I like to go with some of this fresh stuff. Here are the red bell peppers. Like I said, this is 1 red bell pepper, and then also some cilantro. You can find all this stuff at any store you go to. Even some of the bigger chains have all this stuff, no problem. In the produce aisles and the vegetable area and all that kind of stuff. And now what we also, the last part, of course, is a shrimp. Now, there's plenty of ways to buy shrimp. A lot of it's frozen, some of it's fresh, some comes with the shell on it, as you can see, and it's got the little legs and all that stuff, so this is completely uncooked. What you want to do is you just want to grab it from the tail here and pull off the tail, pull everything aside. Go. Now you got the shell completely off, the little legs off. And don't forget, on the back of the shrimp and on the underside of the shrimp, if you want to know what the shrimp ate for dinner the night before, this is where you go. You usually want to clean these out because they're sometimes pretty dirty. Sometimes they're not too bad. Sometimes the shrimp seem to have been at the buffet the night before, like this guy, which has got a lot leftovers. We're going to put that on the side. Not fun. And then also the underbelly as well. And you just pull it out. Be careful with the knife. You know, always have a sharp knife. Sharp tools are your best. Sharp knives are your best way to go because you're more accurate. If you don't know how to use a knife, I'd recommend not doing any of this. So, put your shrimps in there. I'm using, like I said, about 12 shrimps. It could vary. This dish can actually, with the amount that I'm using, you can probably use more shrimp. And what you're just going to do is just mix it up a little bit. So I'll get my mixing spoon. Just mix it up a little bit. Let it sit. I'm going to definitely add some more limes to this. I'm going to add some more limes. I'm going to add more shrimp and more of everything, really, just to create for bulk. But I'm just showing you how to do for just by yourself if you're going to have some, or if you just have 1 or 2 people coming over. This would be a nice dish to have out. And the way you do, what you do is you let the lime cure in, or what you let, the shrimp cure in the lime, and then everything. And it takes about an hour to 2 hours for it to get in there. The best way to do is just make it at night, leave it in the fridge, put it overnight. But you definitely want to put this in the fridge, and when we come back, it will be all complete, so that will be tomorrow. I'm also going to show you my way of doing it is I also made fresh guacamole and added with some queso fresco and some tortillas. Comes out really great, but for now this is a shrimp ceviche. This is the way to make it, and the best way to display it is to let it strain when you put it onto whatever dish that you're making. So until it cures, until it's ready to go, that's all for today. Thanks.